if I was so inclined to play the lottery, I would just manifest my victory, and it would not matter what numbers I pick or what the odds are.
Hey everyone, Jamie with Sell for 1%,
Hey,
joined
Jamie.
by the gang here, Dad Dave Barlow, older brother Jason, and we have a term of the week, I believe. Dave, what is the term this week?
Well, we're going a little off course this week because our term of the week is mega millions, 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 millions.
How does this relate to real estate?
Well, it's a lottery, and you don't want to play the odds when you're buying or selling a house. You want to sell for 1%. Is that a good tie-in?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know if you guys know this.
I
don't know if you guys know this or not, but Mega Millions drawing tomorrow night is $1.25 billion.
50% to the big guy, but
well, if that's only if you take the payout. So
okay.
You can get, a payout of $625 million, and then you pay taxes on that. Or you can do the 20-year annuity at about $62,500,000 a year for the next 20 years.
That should work.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was fun. At 1.25 million. Me and Mom went and got our official one ticket last night. And I thought the lines would be longer. There wasn't any line, just walked in, got the ticket. And, but some of the interesting things with the 1.25 billion is like, okay, well, if you get the payout at $600 million, what would you do with $600 million?
The money is mine. I have the money. The money is mine. I got the money.
I know what I would do, but just off the cuff, Jay Marinsky, what would you do with $600 million?
I would buy a ton of land. I would buy as much land as I reasonably could. I would build a nice, moderate house, maybe develop a subdivision. I would try to set something up that would pay me back in the future. But first and foremost, I would buy a ton of land.
There you go. Maybe you could be like Don Kenny and build a golf course community, and only your very special friends could be invited. I have a client that works at the country club over in New Albany, and they have 150 members. That's it. And you have to be invited. You have to be sponsored. If there's an opening, it's a very exclusive club. So maybe you could do something like that. I think that's a good idea. James or Jay, what do you think you'd spend your 600 million on?
I would probably just instantly convert it into gold and then go stack the bars up in my basement
and just sit there and watch it
and just hoard my gold. Yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So a couple of interesting facts. There's a guy, his name is Richard Lustig, and he's written a book because he's won the lottery 7 times. And Richard has, in his book, things to do, things not to do when playing the lottery. And so in the last 7 years, the most common numbers when you're choosing numbers, the most common numbers are 14, 10, 17, 31, and 38. So those are the most common numbers that come up in the lotteries. The least common number, 49 and 51. So I guess depending on if you want to most people don't pick those numbers, so I have a better chance of winning if those numbers come up, or no, I'm not going to pick those numbers because they don't hardly ever come up. And so things that he says, avoid using quick picks. So you don't let the computer pick your numbers for you. You pick your numbers, and ideally you use a randomizer program that you can get online. And as you pick your numbers, and the ones that you like, he says, stick with those numbers. Don't vacillate back and forth and choose different numbers. Each week, play the same numbers over and over and over. An obvious one, don't spend more than what you can afford. And the more you buy, the better your odds. That one seems kind of, goes without saying.
It's such a small margin. I would do the way I do roulette and just pick birthday dates of family members. Always seems to work at the roulette table.
And that's how I choose mine is, over the years, it was your birthday, Jason's birthday. And then now with the grandkids, they get thrown in there. So it's just, it's interesting. And, your grandpa, Ray, your mom's dad, he played not only the lottery, but he played, I forget what it was, pick 5 or pick 4 or something every day. And I remember one day he called your mom and said, "Hey, I got $5,000." And it's like, okay, that's cool. So the current odds, any idea what the odds are in winning the Mega Millions, the $1.25 billion?
I'd say 1 in 500 million.
Okay. Jay?
I couldn't even guess, man. I have no idea.
You're a numbers guy. Throw a number out there.
If I was so inclined to play the lottery, I would just manifest my victory, and it would not matter what numbers I pick or what the odds are.
Manifest it. There you go. The odds are 1 in 302 million. So almost 1 for every person in the country. We're about 330 million people in the United States. So 1 in 302 million is your odds of winning. And so what do you think the odds are being struck by lightning? Walking around outside with your umbrella. What are your odds in getting hit by lightning?
1 in 80,000.
You're gonna make me guess again. 2 million to 1. I have no idea.
1 in 15,000. So you have
that seems too high.
You have like this 100 times more odds of getting hit by lightning than you do winning the lottery. What are your odds of being in a plane crash?
Oh, good Lord. Are we going to go through all this? 1 in 200,000.
1 in 11 million. So that one's pretty unlikely. Since we're here in Ohio, what are the odds of dying in a tornado?
In Ohio?
There's never been a tornado in Columbus, so my odds are 0.
There's been tornadoes in Columbus.
Yeah, we watched one time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
One.
should say no one ever died. I don't know. I forget what it is.
1 in 13 million are your odds of dying in a tornado. What do you think your odds are finding a 4-leaf clover in your front yard? 1 in 10,000.
Okay.
What are your odds in dying in a shark attack?
1 in 10,000.
A tornado touched down in Old Town East like 3 years ago. I think no one's ever died in Columbus from a tornado.
The shark attack
are 0.
A shark attack death, 1 in 3.7 million. What are your odds?
We got to wrap this up.
In cracking an egg and getting a double yolk?
It happens all the time.
1 in 1,000. And here's a good one for us baseball guys, Jay. You're at a professional baseball game. What are your odds in catching a foul ball?
Again, I got like 8 at one Clippers game when we were kids. You just got to manifest it. So my odds are always good. That's why I win deals, why my buyers and sellers win.
1 in 11,000.
Catching one foul ball at a professional baseball game is 1 in 835. Now,
Pretty good.
dovetailing into what you just said, Jay, what are your odds of catching 2 foul balls at a baseball game? 1 in 1 billion. So that's the only odds out there that are worse than winning the lotto at 1 in 302 million. So what I say to you, good luck. And you can't win if you don't play. And remember, don't take a chance on buying or selling your home. Call us at Sell for 1%.